All right, what is going on YouTube? My name is Raphael here, aka Ralph, and welcome to a Dire Maul East guide. So I thought making this video is very appropriate because we have Phase 6, aka Naxx coming out here on December 3rd. It is currently November 1st right now, so this is going to give people at least a month to kind of prep for the actual raid. Now, Dire Maul East is one of my favorite gold farming methods of all time. I've been doing this for months now, and one item in particular that we're basically looking for in this dungeon is an Arcane Crystal. And I actually get an Arcane Crystal in this pre-recorded footage, and that's basically what we're going to be using as a reference to this actual farm today. I did, however, try to make this video, I think, what is it, like 2-3 weeks ago. I didn't like how it turned out, so basically I'm recreating it again, showing you guys. So I hope you guys do enjoy. So let me go ahead and play some music right now, and we'll go ahead and get this started, always with the lo-fi tunes. So again, guys, this is pre-recorded footage. I think this is a 9-minute 45-second run. So yeah, let's just go ahead and start. So this is basically a fresh Dire Maul East. I'm already in the dungeon, and the reason why I go in and don't run in all the way is because I like to wait for this treant to pass, right? Because there's a Shadow Stalker up ahead that we could avoid if we wait for this treant to pass. So I basically sacrifice my Void Walker, and then I start my timer. I am DS Ruin Spec if anyone out there is curious. So what you're gonna do is just jump down. I like to jump on the rock because there's a Lasher pack right there to the left hand side. I like to avoid them, and what you're just gonna do is you're just gonna run straight over here to this broken pillar. Now this little room right here, you could follow this every single time, super easy. And then once you get past the broken pillar, then you just basically hug the wall, and you're just gonna run straight. And like I said, whenever we waited for that treant to pass in the beginning, we're actually going to pass the first Shadow Stalker right here, so we don't even have to worry about them. Usually people like to banish them, but we're just gonna run in. Super simple, guys. But right here, there is a chance of, it's kind of just RNG. So I'm going to just pause the video right here. There is a chance that a second Shadow Stalker, right, is at this location. If he is, you could do one or two things. You could just kill him, or you could enslave him and have him fight the other Shadow Stalker that we previously passed, just so you don't have to worry about him in the future. Also, guys, keep in mind you want to use greater or detect greater invisibility in this dungeon so that you could actually see the Shadow Stalkers. So with that being said, since there isn't one, we're just going to go ahead and pass right on through. And now we're in Hydrospawn's room. Now, the thing about Hydrospawn, guys, he doesn't have a big aggro radius. So it's actually pretty easy to get past this little room right here. So I kind of just wait for him to walk towards me. Once he starts walking back, you're just gonna hug this wall right here. And the safe spot for Hydrospawn is where these candles are, right? So whenever he's actually coming back, Hydrospawn can't aggro you as long as you're on this ledge right here. So I like to wait until he gets to the little frog right there on the last rock, and then I push forward. The thing about gnomes, guys, if you're doing this run with a gnome, they're actually the only race that can't just run straight through, right? You kind of like swim because of how short you are. And then right here, guys, we actually get a Shadow Stalker. Now this one is kind of like RNG if it spawns or not. So again, the one closest to the door, if you have a spawn right there, that means that there's 2 Shadow Stalkers. So you're just going to enslave him. And as I'm actually going up the ramp right here, there is the first one. So again, if you're lucky, you'll just have one right here. They do have like this slow effect, but again, if you are a gnome, you could kind of basically just escape artist out of it, and then you're good to go. Now, I like to put on just a corruption right here, and then I just like to wand them, mainly just because I want my Shadow Stalker to, you know, hold the majority of the aggro, and I don't want to pull anything off of him, so that I could get not only the Shadow Stalker I'm fighting low, but I want to get my Shadow Stalker low as well, because we're going to dismiss him and just kill him anyways, right? So this is a perfect point, guys, to basically farm for some soul shards, because you will be using them throughout the duration of this run for health stones, soul stones, sacrificing Voidwalker, etc., right? So again, once you kill that one, you're just going to go ahead and dismiss this one as your pet, and then fears do work on them. And just, yeah, burst them down. And then now we are actually at the first boss that we're going to fight, which is Zephyr. So this one's kind of a little bit tricky if this is your first time doing it. So I pull him with Shadow Bolt over here on this ledge, and then you're going to jump down. Now, this fight is basically just a juggle. But the one thing about Zephyr, right, he has this mechanic called sacrifice. Now, sacrifice is basically a one-shot if you get hit by it. So in front of Zephyr, there is a table, right? So whenever he casts sacrifice, and I don't know what the cast time is, but it's probably like 1 second or something like that, 1.5 seconds, whatever. If you do get hit by it, he will sacrifice you on the table that was located in front of him. And you're basically trapped there for a certain amount of time, and it's enough time for him to basically, you know, just hit you and basically wipe your run. This is why having a soul stone is very important. But if you do get sacrificed, you could basically just you know, use like a health stone or use a death coil, get some health back, and then just run back to this spot that we're in right now. So, like I said, again, it's basically just a juggle. You're dotting them up as you're going, just reapplying dots, right? Again, we're DS Ruin, so I always have Emulate, Corruption, and Curse of Agony up. Some people choose to Wand right here, but honestly, I like to Searing Pain, just because Searing Pain I found does a little bit more damage than just Wanding. Especially like whenever Searing Pain crits, you know, sometimes I'll get like 800, 900 crits, and it's really good. And yeah, that's basically it for Zephyr fight. He has a chance of obviously dropping blues that you could go ahead and disenchant, but large brilliant shards aren't really selling for much on my server. I think they're like 3 or 4 gold. They're worth it still, so if you do have enchanting, that's what I would go. But again, the big money maker here is Arcane Crystal. Now, again, keep in mind, guys, you want to try to avoid the Shadow Stalker that we previously passed coming in. If you do aggro him, you could just kill him. It's not a huge deal. And now we're back in this room. But the only difference is right here is we actually have to go ahead and talk to Ironbark for him to start the next portion of the actual instance. And we just need the last boss, guys, and we're basically done. So while we're kind of waiting right here, because I'm very careful on this part, there's usually a certain like pathing I like to take, but if you are watching this, guys, and you are enjoying it, this is helping you, make sure that you guys go ahead and drop a like. Also subscribe if you are new, and I'm also going to be leaving a link to my Twitch in the description, where I do these types of runs live. So if you guys want to go ahead and visit me over there, make sure you click the link. So again, right here, guys, so I like to wait until these packs are both going left, right? This is like the perfect time to go to where you can just kind of run straight through. The second pack will basically start running to the right, the one still going left, and then you're just going to keep on going forward. Now, this is a safe spot right here, and I'll go ahead and pause. So there will be a point where you're going to have 2 packs basically sandwiching you, right? This little line right here on the floor right in front of these lashers is a safe spot. So you're basically safe right here. You don't have to move, and you're good to go. All right, so just let them pass right by you, then you're good to go. And then let's see here. I think I just run straight through. And you just got to watch out for the other treants as well, that are closer to this door. And it takes a couple of swings until Ironbark actually gets the door open. Right here, some people choose to use like a Skull of Impending Doom or a Swiftness pot to kind of speed up their runs. I don't really use too much consumables because, I mean, these runs are mainly, like, you know, for making gold. But, you know, some people like to spend the gold to make the gold. It's not, like, a huge deal. I mean, if you have the gold and you want to use it, cool. But it's not required, right? I think I have like 1,500 golds on my lock right now, and I still don't choose to use the consume, so that's just me. And I actually get stuck on a rock here too, which is kind of interesting. So you're just gonna go forward, wait for that treant, or whatever the hell it's called, to pass, go on the left ledge, and you're just gonna run over here to this rock so that you can get up on this ledge, and then you're just gonna jump down to the pillar and jump down once again. So this one right here, if I remember the footage correctly, I actually rush. So I usually wait until Azelheim, which is the final boss, is in the middle, so I could basically hit him with a couple of shadow bolts. But I was like, screw it, you know, I'm recording, this is timed, and it's the same thing. So you're just basically going to juggle him, and you're just gonna wait until he's at the very end over there, and you're gonna use the rock and the ledge in order to juggle him, okay? So the interesting thing about this boss is he has a couple of mechanics. He'll cast this thing called Wither, which basically just withers your health down. You don't want to get hit by that. And then he also has like something similar, but it's with your mana. And I tend, like, if I get hit by the one that reduces like my mana, that's the one that sucks the most, right? Because you need mana to apply dots, and I think it like actually burns more mana than it does health. So like compared to Wither, right? But again, it's just juggling, reapplying dots. You could try to get like some Searing Pains in there. You could also try to wand. Again, I like to use Searing Pain just because it has a chance to crit. And this part right here is something that you'll probably have to get used to, and that's jumping onto the pillar. So you're basically going to jump onto the pillar using the rock while these imps right here are breaking down the wall. Now, it's really important that you actually do this, right? You want to do this as the imps are breaking down the wall. So once you see like the fog or the dust coming from that wall, you want to start preparing your jump, because if you jump while the imps are out, it'll kind of like mess up like the imps a little bit, and so you're gonna have a harder time killing them, or like getting out of sight from them once you drop aggro from the actual boss. So again, you're just gonna like wrap around the pillar, just make sure that the imps don't see you so that you could go ahead and reset. And that's basically the run, guys. Now, the thing is, once you do drop aggro and neither the boss or the imps have you targeted, you could actually invis pot here. It's a little bit faster. But we're going to go ahead and I want to show you how to actually rain of fire the mobs. And this is if you don't have an invis pot or you don't want to use invis pots. Also, guys, there is a little red book on the left-hand side of me. I didn't get it purposely right away for this video, but you know, you actually can get that as long as the boss is in the middle of the room. So yeah, you're just gonna go ahead, peek out of this little pillar right here. You're gonna cast Rain of Fire. Sometimes you get lucky and all the imps die right away. This one is kind of a little bit scuffed, so I had to cast Rain of Fire a couple times, right, in order to get like this last imp, but let's see. I think it takes me a while, right? Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was the last one. So like I say again, I go over here behind the pillar. Azelheim is actually walking towards me, and you don't want to drop down at this point, because anytime that he's near this little tree right here, he does have a chance of actually aggroing you, okay? So we gotta wait for him to go back to the middle again. But like I said, guys, I really do like this farm. I've been doing it for months now. And I hope that this guide right here helps out some players who, you know, want to learn the farm. Or if you are a warlock who has been doing this, maybe, you know, you learn something new. You know, I know that there are some warlocks that may not know like the pillar method, or, you know, there's still some warlocks out there still doing 3 boss. 3 boss is, in my opinion, I think a lot easier, right, than the 2 boss. But I know in the last guide I made, someone actually commented on that and was like, hey, you should just do the guide with 2 boss because it's the most updated version. And there's the Arcane Crystal, guys, right there. Like I said, we need those for phase 6, aka Naxx, for the attunement. But if you already have, say, Exalted, right, as a Warlock, you could just go ahead and sell these. And I don't know if they're actually going to go up in price or not. I think they're kind of staying a bit steady, but on my server they sell for about like 50 gold. But they used to sell for like 100 Gs, which is just absolutely insane. And I miss those times, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, you basically just go ahead and mine away. Remember, all the blues that you get, you could basically just disenchant, and yeah, you know, good farm. And it takes, on average, like for me, like 10 minutes each run. And then you basically just run out, reset, and then just run back in. Just make sure that you reapply all your buffs if you need it. You know, soul stone, health stones, whatever. And that's pretty much it for the actual guide. So again, guys, if this did help you out, make sure to go ahead and like and subscribe. And remember to check out the description for my actual Twitch channel. So anyways, guys, it's been your boy Ralph, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace, guys.